Welcome back everyone to another episode of Thronebreaker the Witcher Tales. That ending was pretty heavy. Damn, that game has some tough choices. I mean, I can't be mad on Gascon. He tried his best, I believe it. I would truly believe him. That he did not try to do that. I actually just want to see what's that all about actually, and then I will return back. I don't want to finish everything, to be honest. I will because I don't know, it's just like meh, not that important. We have good troops, we will not miss that much, I think. Yeah, and we need to boost our morale. That's good, because I think there will be a battle. Maybe we can... I don't know. I really don't know. That's quite a tough choice. Oh, I don't know. We will see soon what choice is. And... I don't know if this actually helps or not. The fuck? Why don't you told us earlier? And where's the fuck is Geralt of Rivia? Will he show up? Well, we will see. What do we have over here? Please tell me it's Geralt. Please, no. I think we were been here. Ah. It's not worth our time. Okay. I mean, a gold chest over here, and then some treasure and puzzle over there. That's quite acceptable. Alright. Let's close the chapter of here and to... yeah, approaching important moment. I think... yeah, that's fine. 5 hours in here.
Ruva stood by the bridge like a statue, arms crossed, eyes squinting. Meve sighed inside. She stood little chance of having a pleasant chat.
Elder-in-Chief, sir.
No Sharon and Grayson here, lass. Plowed humans. Always out to fix things, always end up cocking them up. You think you're due glory, do you? Monster Slayer Meve? Patroness of dwarves? Blasted. What do you think? Why didn't I exterminate those beasts myself, eh? Go on, tell me!
For you...
For I didn't want to. For something didn't fit, damn it. So I resolved to not destroy their nests and evidence till I learned the truth of who done it.
postponed it all those years expressly, though your subjects were dying.
I didn't need no lectures from the likes of you. Justice must be served. That's worth any price. And I was close. Had leads. And now, it's all gone to hell. You flooded Devor's abyss. You brought Boros rump down on itself. And I'll never ken who killed the Fuchses. Understand? Never!
Cannot oh. I will do this for Gasburn.
My sincere apologies. I did not know.
Course you didn't. Humans. First they cock it up, then they ask how it works. Ah. I'm most eager to give that braid of yours a yank and kick you out beyond the gate. But I canna, for the clans are grateful to you. Fools. Fools. All fools. They forced me to give you an audience, official like, with witnesses, all at the foot of Mount Carver. Come on then, time to move on. And I'm going to wring you out so hard you'll wish you never left that Nilfgaardian dungeon.
Bruver set off at a brisk pace, cursing under his breath. The Queen took a deep breath, counted to 5 in her head, and set off after him.
Okay, where are we now? Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's see what we have here. On land bridge, it's strategically forbidden to stomp, jump, lean over the edge, stop for rest, carve runes in the handrails. Ho ho ha ha. Please there more of this. Ah.
Dwarves demonstrate innovative thinking in many domains. Metallurgy, engineering, architecture. Yet there is one in which they could not be bothered. Naming. For this reason, the bridge that linked the Mahakam Pass with Mount Carbon was simply named Langbridge. Meve learned it was a thoroughly fitting name. Having stopped for a breath halfway across the road suspended over a deep chasm, the Queen could see neither end of the bridge, both concealed by thick clouds.
Amazing.
Whispered the Queen.
I feel as though we traversed the very sky.
The Queen and her retinue were nearing Mount Carbon when Meve heard a cry. It was Xavier.
Hold! Hold!
Meve drew in her reins abruptly. Her mare neighed and reared, lifting the Queen above her formation of men. From that height, she saw the last pier of the bridge crumbling. The dwarves at the head of the procession were unable to stop in time and plummeted, screaming into the abyss.
What's the meaning of this, God damn it?
Bruver roared.
Fetch the engineers! No!
The Queen was striving to calm her spooked mount when she sensed something swish past her ear. Out of nowhere, a Scoia'tael band had appeared at the rear of the column. Before anyone could react, elven archers had felled the rear guard. The soldiers lay on the bridge's stone surface with arrows in their backs. Meve was trapped. In one direction lay the chasm, in the other, a fib.
Ah, those goddamn Scoia'taels. Valerians watched in disbelief as the Scoia'tael warriors slit the throats of Mahakam guards. How could this be? Non-humans against non-humans, to what end? Could it be the elder race do not informally support this squire cause? No doubt these questions and more plagued the men's thought. Yet, this was not the time to entertain them. This was the time to fight. Extra crowd. I think we have that big Papa Dwarf here. Let's see, come on. Yes, big Papa Dwarf is here. And more dwarf. Dwarf action! Yeah!
At last, Renna! You are mine!
We're trapped, Your Grace, but we can try and fight our way through.
To the same row of the cliffs destroyed. Oh, we have a drummer.
Army's a waste of time for one like
Damage
me.
a unit by 2 if it was already boosted damage. Okay.
Got business for me?
Alright.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
That's gonna be a fun trip. Summon already one.
Tricks will not save you, Dwarf.
Cool, cool, cool.
Ice cards? No, they don't hurt.
Okay, you give him 1 charge. We have another slinger, so it should be fine. And I will kill them easily. There's no doubt.
Left, right, left, right.
And whoop,
Discipline shall bring us victory.
whoop. And now we're gonna do that. Boom, boom, boom. And die immediately. That was way too easy.
Give me a target.
And damn it. Sometimes I shoot myself in the knee. Okay, we don't have much space, so I think we already won 106 points.
Duanve K-Mest.
I am very curious how they gonna do that. Because I don't think there's a chance of doing that.
Arbalista, your command.
Alright.
Again.
That's
again,
insane.
and again.
Special prize. Just for you, love.
This don't even stand a chance. They don't stand a chance at all.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
And actually bring him back. Now we can throw them back to the other side.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
Oh, thank you. Now I can play more troops. That's actually quite interesting. Because I like that. And... play him.
Company! Forward march!
Alright. What do you bring to the table? What's his power? Predict the move an enemy from the melee to the range throw.
Think you ballbags can do whatever the devils you please? This is Mahakam!
Go to the other round. Ow! The opponents play a unit which with a high power damage it until the power is equal to the withdrawn. Ah!
I shall not fail!
Alright. I just want to put all the troops in the pit. I just want to see that. Come on, give me that pleasure. I want to demolish everything. You dickheads. I'm bloodthirsty right now. Oh. End turn. I completely forgot to end the turn.
Blood and neck ends. Civilian Vat.
Alright. Alright. This is how we're gonna do it. Then this is how we're gonna do it. First, boom, boom, boom. And then... that should be enough. Give him one more charge. And turn. And we won. Pass. Victory!
No! Blederena! She must die!
Ooh. Ooh.
Their strength combined, the Lyrians and dwarves managed to defeat the Scoia'tael. The guerrillas had weakened the last span of the bridge, turning the crossing into a deadly trap. Had Xavier, who noticed the weakened structure at the last instant, not called out, all would have fallen into the chasm. The Lyrians managed to capture the unit commander. She stood, her head raised high, and when Meve glared at her, she did not avert her eyes.
Crow's eye. Okay.
What is your name, elf?
Abayeth me Parstwan.
She said,
Thank you, Reynard. I know well what she said.
I think that was a curse.
Kiss my ass. Is that truly the best you can muster?
I'd rather show you exactly what I can muster. Tell them to unbind me.
You got your opportunity. On the battlefield. Will you not tell me what they call you? Fine. It's all the same to me. I'm more interested to know how you came to be here. Who sent you?
No one. It was my decision to kill you, and thus avenge Eldain. You've elven blood on your hands. The blood of the elves of the Moulderwood.
I regret the events of the Moulderwood. I did not wish those elves' deaths. Yet they left me no choice.
What choice would you give a murderer who invaded your home?
You know I envy you. To see the world solely as black or white, it must simplify things so. Enough. I've heard all I wish to hear.
But I haven't. Did you fall in your heed, elf, eh? If you want to fight humans, go on and do it. You cannot talk sense to Egypts and they here, damn it. Mahakam is and will be neutral.
You cannot be neutral. To Dwan, you are either their foe or their dog. Mahakam has stood aside, sleeping long enough. That is why we struck it in its very heart, as a call to battle. A call to brethren whom you, Elder, have kept from the world too long.
I have kept him away. I've been bloody right to do so. You want to play at war, you numpties? You want to force the Pontar to flow upstream? Gang right ahead. Good riddance, I say. Gan kill, gan die if you fancy. But God's damn it, leave us alone. Yeah, I should kill you. With my own hands. I should cut your throat, put you out of your misery. That's what you want, innit? To die? To die a stupid death? Well, I'll not grant you that. Nay, nay, I'll lock you in a tower. Sit there 3 centuries, and you just might grow a brain.
Bruva Hoog gazed after the shackled elf as she was led away. Meve expected him to continue fuming, cursing her. But the dwarf stood silent, and his old eyes, half concealed by brows bushy as a forest floor, showed not anger, but the deepest sadness. Dwarven engineers made quick work of repairing the crumbled bridge span.
That sentence was like kinda so like meh. Not really there, it was so short, like just it didn't fit the moment, it didn't fit the mood.
Look, Mount Carbon.
Damn. And I thought Novigrad was big.
So the elves are against us. Against our elder.
Mount Carbon. Wipe your feet, Carbon, comb your head, but foraging garb bring not in here. Carbon's heart can hear, and you hear it with Rob. Yet dwarf, damn it, no, not a slob. Ho ho ho. Holy cow. That's huge.
The Lyrians stepped inside Mount Carbon's bowels. Meve rode while looking upwards, admiring the intricately carved ceiling, gilded walls, monumental bas-reliefs carved from basalt. Yet this was no time to admire the sights. Bruva Hoog had summoned her to speak.
I thank you for your invitation, Elder.
My invitation? Choice term, lass. You wangled your way in here. Long I've lived, but ne'er have I seen a wench so stubborn.
With all due respect, do you not feel like a pot conversing with a kettle?
Ha! True enough. Changes of mind didn't come easy to me, but they do come at times. Human wars concern me not at all. For so many they are, who could count them? Near a year goes by without one wanking king invading another's realm. A dog with scabies is less restless. That's why, this morning, I aimed to send you off with nothing. Mattered not what the clans were saying. Rivia, Schmivia, who gives a sheep's fart? But that was this morn, before that daft wench and her pups attacked. Nilfgaard supports the Scoia'tael, it's common knowledge. Nilfgaard uses them. Well, I'm nae worse, and I choose to use Queen Meve.
You must have convinced. You must have a convenience that yours not anyone's.
I shall be no one's tool, Bruva. I fight for my land and my land alone. Lyria and Rivia.
Ah, keep your head. You can fight for a free warfield, far as I'm concerned. Doesn't matter. My aid doesn't come with conditions. Like to give Nilfgaard a warning, you can. If you're going to rile my dwarves, throw them into the Scoia'tael ranks. You'll regret it, eh? But I'd like to issue the warning without declaring war. All clear to you so far? So, when you march out to Mahakam, you'll find a company of our foot dwarves waiting out with the gate. Officially, volunteers enlisting with you against my will. And you're to put them at the fore next time you face Nilfgaard. Want the Blackclads to break their teeth on our bucklers, get a taste of our axe blades. After that, dare say they'll think twice before they send more Scoia'tael into these hells.
I do not... Thank you, Elder. You restore my hope that I shall have my home back in the end.
Candid like, I dinna share your faith. I've watched you. You're naive. Let ire take you. Meddle in matters near your own. Disrespect our custom. But you win or nay, it's all the same to me.
Then I hope that I shall at least surprise you.
Honestly doubt that. So you'll only get the bare minimum recruits to make the Imperials take note. And nae a dwarf more.
Volunteer Corps. This cut has been added to your army. Markham Mangler. This cut is added. Markham Shield Bearer.
And for that I am grateful. But now, I would like to march at once. So by your leave...
Go right! Now if you can. Quicker you get out of our mount, the better.
Without waiting for Meve's reply, Bruver turned his back to her. The Queen left without saying a word. There were few choice ones. Meve was on her way back to her company when who should step in front of her if not Gabor?
To what do I owe this pleasure? Do the Zigrins wish to use me once more? Accomplish aught else with my aid?
Could be, but if so, tain't none of my concern.
Why's that?
For I've resolved to leave Mahakam for all time.
And where will you go?
Then again, wherever you lead me.
Hey, we kept him.
I beg your pardon.
Your Grace, Meve, I betrayed your trust, tricked you outright. In spite of that, you kept my confidence, risking everything. To say I'm grateful is just a wee understatement. I'm indebted to you, deeply so. Please let me pay it off. Let me fight at your side, head to hip with you.
So be it. I agree.
Yes! Vindictive I am not.
Oh, thank you, Meve.
Yet neither am I stupid. You may join our ranks, I agree. Yet trick me once more, in the tiniest manner, and I shall show you no mercy. Is that clear?
Chastened, Gabor merely nodded to confirm. Meve extended
kinda
her
happy.
hand for the dwarf to kiss as a sign of submission. Yet he simply wrapped his arms around her waist and squeezed.
Oh, that's so adorable. I mean, he is a good fellow. I mean, he's not to be punished for the crimes of his...
The Lyrians were ready to leave Mahakam when they heard the sonorous blast of a commander's horn announcing the arrival of Bruver Hoog.
Oh, what does he want now?
When she saw a sour grin on his face, Meve knew the tidings were not good. But what she heard next exceeded her wildest expectations.
Come to say farewell? No need, truly.
Came 'cause I got a burning question. Meve, you expecting anyone?
How's that?
Runner says a delegation's arrived at Carbon. Freyliria and Rivia got a Nilfgaardian escort.
How dare they? Traitors. Who leads it?
You'd best sit.
Who leads the delegation?
It's your son, Willem, I fear.
Willem.
Mahakam remains neutral as regards all your squabbles. I trust I needn't remind you. So I'll have no scrambling nor shoving, and certainly no bloodshed. Point of fact,
I wish to speak to him.
I'd forbid you, but as I said, never seen a more stubborn wench. Alrighty then, jabber away with him.
Meve spotted banners, a Lyrian eagle upon one surrounded by Nilfgaard's black rags. Her hands became fists, showing how helpless she felt. Then her son and rival, Willem, emerged from behind a row of Imperial footmen.
My. I should apologize. It seems I missed the coronation. Congratulations, my son. Who was it who placed the crown? General Ebdahi?
Count Caldwell.
Ah, yes. Our elder statesman. Why have you come here, of all places? To acquire arms for Nilfgaard?
As my official mission, yes. Yet unofficially, I wish to speak with you. I trust you've had tidings from the field. Edirn turned to ash and dust. Vizimir murdered Redania in chaos. Foltest forced to strike a pact, by his vassals betrayed, Henselt the same.
This limerick, will it come to a point?
Why, yes. To the same as this war. Mother, I beg you, you must see it. Nilfgaard's victory is inevitable. Surrender now, and I shall show you mercy. For later it'll be too late.
There will be no later. We shall repel them, drive them south at the points of our pikes.
This we, Mother? Who precisely do you mean? You stand alone.
I prefer to stand alone.
I don't want to,
standing
like,
with Nilfgaard, with the invader, as you do.
Mother, in declaring for the Empire, I saved the lives of thousands of our subjects.
And in so doing, our honor lost.
Folk who had their huts burned down care deeply about our honor. Is that truly your belief? When I was crowned, a fact you deride, though that makes it no less true, I swore the good of my subjects would guide me. And a war we are doomed to lose cannot in any way benefit them.
And slavery can. You know well the Blackclads put peasants in chains, like cattle.
Reprehensible, I agree, but...
And resettlement? Forced labor? Cruel laws that make death the punishment for the slightest offenses? Are those benefits?
I see I will not sway you, Mother. A shame, though I take comfort in the fact I tried. And now, adieu.
Oh no. I, not you, will decide when this conversation is over.
Oh, have we anything else to discuss?
Are you perhaps aware that the Nilfgaardians tried to kill me?
What? No, I heard only about an avalanche.
Which tumbled down through no small effort of an Imperial envoy.
Never would I have agreed to such a heinous act.
I believe you.
I'm heartened that, despite all we...
I believe you because I believe the Nilfgaardians wouldn't ever have asked your opinion. Think on it, son. Are you their ally or their tool? Can you ever be sure?
I am the King of Lyria and Rivia. To serve my subjects' best interests, I am prepared to make even the most painful concessions. Might I leave now? Or is there more?
Naturally. How did you know you would find me here?
I received Nilfgaardian reports to the effect that you've been seen in the pass.
Oh, roses are red and so are your cheeks, my son. As ever when you're caught in a lie. Lyria is 2 weeks' travel hence. Had you received word only once I was here, we'd have been long gone from Mahakam by the time you assembled a force and completed the march. No. You were forewarned of our intended route. It means I've a traitor in my ranks. Another one. Get out of my sight, Vinny. And pray we only ever face one another on neutral ground.
Meve struggled inside not to turn and gaze once more at her son. He'd changed since they'd last faced each other, grown manlier, and he wore the crown well.
He's a good boy.
The Queen returned to her company. Her advisors shot her questioning glances, curious what she had discussed with Bruver. But Meve decided to keep the details to herself. One of them wore a Nilfgaardian lead around his neck. Until she knew who, she would have to remain vigilant.
Time to march on. But in which direction?
I've thought on it, Your Grace. We've strength enough to hit the foe,
Could it be
but still not
Rhaenyra's?
the numbers to face him in open battle.
So what do you propose?
This war we cannot win alone, nor even with the dwarves at our side. But if we secure a victory, small yet symbolic, we shall show the other realms of the north all is not yet lost. Thus, I propose we attack behind the front lines, somewhere well clear of any major Imperial force.
Where would you suggest?
I'm considering Angren. To begin with, a thickly wooded marshy land, always helpful in clandestine operations. Secondly, the land's strategically important, as it's the chief source of building material for Nilfgaard's fleets.
All too little, I fear. Since we require a victory that would be symbolic, we must strike where it shall hurt. And Angren...
Just recently welcomed a new regent, in the person of Count Coldwell. My third argument. Naturally, if your majesty wishes, I'm prepared to present alternatives to...
No need. We march at dawn.
Alright, that's very interesting.
Meve had toiled, cajoled, persuaded, and gained the dwarves' support. She left Mahakam strengthened, markedly. Even so, the queen was in a foul mood. For it was clear a traitor, a viper, nested among the Lyrians. Someone who had conveyed the queen's plans to her foe. From this moment on, Meve would need to weigh every word she uttered, even in the presence of her closest associates.
Your Grace, we must plot our course forward. Shall we take the western passage into Angren, or...
Not now.
When, then? Dawn approaches, yet we know nothing of where...
I will not repeat myself.
The queen knew she would learn the traitor's identity in the end. If need be, she would tear the name from the throat of another turncoat, Count Caldwell. Meve drooled at the prospect of seeing Caldwell in chains, then passing him to the hangman.
Saddle the horses. I shall take the fore.
The time for diplomacy, for preparations and negotiations had gone. Meve was to attack her foe at last, and she could not wait to do so.
Where is Geralt? Where is Geralt?
At long last, Meve's force reached Angren's marshy woods. Ever been? No? Count yourselves lucky.
Are you certain we haven't lost our way?
Alas, here there is no way. We continue south, that's all.
South meaning the bottom.
Should you ever venture there, I offer you this advice. Do your utmost to make no noise. Poor soul. His comrades cried out, reached out, but alas, amidst frothing waters they heard bones cracking, the moan of metal bent and crushed.
What the... bloody hell, what was that?
Rather not know, personally.
Hold your positions! Arms at the ready!
It was a glusty war. One of many the Lyrians would encounter along their path. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. At last, Meve and her force stood upon the Yaruga's bank. To find and punish the traitor Caldwell, they would have to cross the river. Yet the sole bridge nearby was in Nilfgaard's hands.
Your Majesty, some new reports require your attention.
Pitch camp, let's see. Everybody's in a good mood. Alright. What did I miss? Did we have any new cards? I want to finish that. Even if it takes forever. I really want to finish the game today. Okay, reports, blah 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 blah.
Yes, Your Grace?
Reynard, you fought in the first war against Nilfgaard, did you not?
Yes, Your Grace. Though, as a mere captain then.
Were they equally cruel? Did they scorch fields, turn peasants into slaves?
Nay, your grace. They fought with honor in those days.
So, what's happened? Why the change?
It's said Emperor Emir var Emrys's heart hardened over the years. He's grown crueler, more ruthless. His soldiers' zeal for violence has followed suit.
But you don't say that.
No, your grace.
To your mind, why do they now despise us as they war against us?
'Tis ever easier to loathe those you know. Before the first war, they knew nothing about us. Then they saw they'd the better weapons, larger cities, superior craft. That in our towns, waste flowed through the streets in open gutters. And they concluded we weren't their equals. It's far easier to kill when one holds such a belief.
Oh,
It's time I attended to other matters.
that's gloomy. Let's take to our
Hey
favorite
ho,
book.
how's my favourite queen in the north?
Ever have regrets? Feel remorse?
For what?
Oh, I don't know. Killing innocents, perhaps? Murdering travelers, pilgrims?
I've always warned them. Won't touch a hair on your heads, provided you don't resist. So, see, gave them a choice. Besides, innocents? Please, Meve. We both know those to be mythical creatures. Everyone's got something on their conscience.
So there's always call for murder.
That's right. Dead right. You need but answer it.
Whoa, that was
Time I
deep.
attended to other matters.
Always good to see the Queen. How can I help you?
Why did you...
We haven't had a chance to speak since we left Mahakam. Why join us? Or decide to leave your homeland, for that matter?
As I said, I was in your debt. Still am.
You're a dwarf of honor, I'm pleased. But not entirely convinced 'twas reason enough for you to leave your clan.
Not about to let me off easy, are you? All right. I may have been motivated elsewise.
By a guilty conscience?
The horridness with the Fuchses. All that blood and mud. It went too far. I tried to talk it out with the elders. They'd brushed me aside like a wee bairn. But that weren't the whole of it. I saw the shite dwarves living in your cities go through. Thought I'd forget once I came home. Got back to dealing with my own problems. Only... can't I forget something like that? I've got to help. Any way I can. Nothing would come of my sitting on my arse in Mahakam.
I understand, Gabor. And I know you'll find a way to help.
He's a good guy in the end.
You're a Zigrin, are you not? I know the name. One of your clan slew the dragon Okvist.
Aye. You're thinking of Yarpen. Cousin of my cousin. Left Mahakam when I was but a wee snot. Decent enough dwarf. But never could conform to our basic tenets and laws. Though, admittedly, we've so damn many it's hard to keep them from leaking out your ears.
Is it that bad?
I'll put it this way. Among human folk, you can't steal, brawl, murder. All the basics. In Mahakam, we've got laws about how to braid our beards. But I'm no one to complain. The Zilgrins are well-to-do, one of the richer clans. Got more than enough goods to suit our needs. Though, we've got some bads as well.
What do you mean?
Bah! Nae worth your time. I didn't mean to bother you. Sides, best to jabber of such things over a cold pint. Or keg.
Your elder. I'd like to know more. Do tell me about him, please.
I'll skip the obvious, as you've already had the pleasure of meeting the old crank. All in all, though, he's nae as scary as some say. Been keeping the clans in check for some 2 centuries now. Which is nae a small feat, I might add, no.
No conflicts between them all this time. Are you certain?
I can't tell if you're jesting. At each other's throats each day they are. Breckenrigs despise the Chives. Dalbergs would scratch out the Hoog's eyes given half the chance. As for us, We hate them arse-licking foxes. But Brewer's got his ways, keeps each yen in line. If not for him, Mahakam would have fallen to bits ages past.
What do you mean?
Why?
Round 150 years ago, when the elves were fighting that hopeless war against your folk, the Elder-in-Chief ordered the pass to Mahakam sealed tight. If it weren't for that, we'd have ended up like the pointy ears. As it was, we waited for the shite storm to abate. Didn't open the pass and stretch your legs again till it was safe.
Yes, I remember. The manufacturers in Rivia have yet to recover.
With all due respect, Your Grace, your workshops forge utter crap. It's not your fault that human folk prefer dwarven goods. Basic market principles, that's all it is.
I feel enlightened, Gabriel. Thank you.
That's sarcasm.
We shall return to this conversation.
No skin off my back.
Let's do the poor Xavier.
Yes, milady?
I haven't had the opportunity to thank you. Had you not been so alert, we'd have fallen to our deaths in Mahakam.
I merely did my duty, Your Majesty.
Modest as ever. Yet once the war is over, I shall make certain you're properly rewarded.
My lady, the one reward I desire is victory. Your victory.
He's such a good
Other
man.
matters await my attention.
So
We shall speak
simple.
later.
As you wish, my lady.
Alright, that episode was very story driven. Now we can go back to finally sit Thrones of Nilfgaardian. How big is that map actually? Hopefully not that big. Oh Jesus Christ in heaven. It's humongous. And it's so god darn confusing. Very interesting. Alright. I think we reach also another good time to end the episode. The other episode was a bit longer. Now it's gonna be a bit shorter. I hope you guys still enjoyed it. It would be interesting to know what you think about right now about the situations. And I'm really curious, who is the treater? I have the feeling it's Reynard. Because it's always like the guy who trusts you most and knows most laws that are actually traitors in the end. Or, yeah. Who do you guys think is the traitor? Or is it maybe Gascon? That's gonna be interesting. Well, if you liked it, leave a like there, and if you want to see more, think about subscribing, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye!